Hi, I'm Jimmy,
And I'm Ryan.
and we are Picture This from Ireland, and we're hanging out on Front Row Live with Rob.
Let's talk a little bit about how you guys went from Ireland to now here in the States. You guys have been in the States for a few days now, if not weeks. How did that really happen for you guys? And on top of that, Republic is on top of that.
Yeah. Well, it's Republic that have us out here, really. Well, actually, we were coming out here to play a gig for an Irish company. They just invited us out. They were having like a party.
Yeah.
And we were coming out, and then our manager set up some showcase gigs and meetings with some labels. And Republic, one of the lads, Chris Tecca, from Republic, spotted us on Facebook. He seen a Facebook video, and he just got onto us, and he was like, "When are you going to be in New York?" And we were like, "We're going to be in New York like next week." So that was in August, and now we're back. We were in Nashville for 3 weeks recording our debut album, which is all recorded. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
That's pretty cool. It seems like the Republic just happened really quick. Did you have a chance to really look at any other labels, or you guys just felt great about them?
We had a lot of interest and offers from a lot of other labels, but when we met Republic, it was just kind of like they were so into it, and they are the biggest.
Right.
And they were just like, "We want to do it right now, let's do it." And everyone else was kind of, "Yeah, we don't know what to do." So it was a no-brainer, and that's why things have happened so quickly. Like we're not even a few months signed with them, and already we have an album recorded, and we're playing a tour, and it's crazy.
That's crazy. And you have a debut EP that's out already. Can we talk a little bit about those 5 tracks on there? And obviously the main single is on the EP. But let's talk about the recording process. Did you guys do it out in Ireland? Did you do it out here in the States?
We did the whole EP in Ireland, but we didn't actually record it in one go. Like we recorded it over the space of like 6 months in my bedroom. So yeah.
But it wasn't like we were recording an EP. It was we were friends.
Yeah.
Well, we became friends through our first song, "Take My Hand," and then we just kept recording songs, and then we were like, "Let's bring out an EP," and we just picked 5 songs, just
randomly, and then put them all together. That was it.
So when you wrote "Take My Hand," you just released it online, not really getting it produced before he stepped in. But I mean, what was your mindset when you released that? Were you just having fun and doing it, or were you actually expecting to start a project like this?
I'll tell you why I released that song. It's because I was at a house party, just at my friend's house, and we were drinking, whatever. And they always made me play guitar and sing, even though I didn't want to. But just gave me the guitar, and I just started. It was actually only me and him left, and I just started playing "Take My Hand." Like I was like, I have the song, and then my macho friend started crying. I was like, "What are you crying for?" He was like, "That song is amazing." I was like, "All right." And then he was like, "I'm bringing you to." There's like a weir in a place called Carlow, which is near our hometown in Athy. It's just a beautiful place. And he was like, "Let's go there and record that and put it up on Facebook." And I did, and that took off on my own personal Facebook page. And Jimmy seen it, and he was like, "You're coming out to my studio." Jimmy has his own studio. He was like, "You're coming out to record that." And I was like, "Okay." So I actually didn't see what was in that song. It was kind of everyone around me. It was like, as I said, my friend at that party, and then I put it up, and everybody loved it. And then Jimmy, and then I was like, I kind of listened back, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it is a good song." Yeah.
And what is it that you liked about the song that? I mean, you had to jump on it. You took a big advantage.
I don't know. The second I heard it, I was like, "This song is a hit," and I don't care what anyone else thinks. It's a hit, and that was it. Like I just literally, the minute I heard it, I messaged Ryan on Facebook and I said, "This song is a hit. Like you have to do something with it." We weren't a band. We didn't say, "Let's make a band around this song." I just said, we have to do this, and I was like, I have to record this song.
Right.
So yeah, I did.
That's crazy. Now, moving forward, you guys did the additional 4 tracks for the EP. So what was the mindset there? Were you actually now focused, okay, we have a project that we're going to pursue, so you started writing songs for that, or did you have those songs written that you probably didn't even release before?
Yeah, no, those songs were all written. It was, as I said, literally Jimmy just looked at his laptop. There was like 20 songs, and he was like, "Right, we have to pick 5. Well, Take My Hand," and then we picked the other 4. They were all written, so it was quite easy. And it wasn't that easy because there's a lot of songs that we wanted to put on it that we couldn't put on it because you can only put 5 songs in it. So there's a lot of great songs that aren't on it, but there were just 5 we picked that we thought fit together as a body of work. And yeah.
Well, I mean, now you said you went to Nashville to record the debut album, so I'm sure we can hear all those songs in there. Can we talk a little bit about the debut album? What was the recording process like, and how different was it recording out in the States now?
It was very different because we never say, "Oh, we're gonna let's go write and record a song." It's just me in my bedroom. I write a song, then I send it to Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, "Right, well, come out later and let's do it." But we actually had to go into a studio and record a full body of work. But it was amazing. We recorded in Blackbird Studios in Nashville with Shakir King, who's just an amazing producer, and he worked very well with us. He suited us perfectly because he was very kind of laid back like we are, and there was no kind of egos with anybody. And the song is king, and he understands that. Like it's all about the song, and then there's just no bullshit around it. So it was good.
And you guys are done with the album. You guys are still recording. Like what's the where are we at today?
There's a couple of bits left to do, but like it's pretty much all tracked. It's just really like finishing touches. So yeah, it is pretty much done. Like we left it pretty much done and ready to go. So we did it very quickly.
Yeah.
We did it in less than 3 weeks, and like everything we were doing a song a day.
Really fast,
Yeah, it was insane.
That is really fast. Now you experienced some, shows. You experienced some touring. What have these experiences been like for the both of you? Because I'm sure it's the first time for both.
You talking about in America or just in general?
Just in general.
It's amazing, yeah. But Jimmy is very experienced already because he was playing with some big artists around Ireland, around the world that are from Ireland, and it's very new to me. I'm only in music like as long as this band is in music, so it's like a year and a half. So yeah, so it's very new for me.
You know how many artists have been working on their music craft for years, and then they're still trying to be where you're at today.
It's crazy. Everyone's always like, "Oh, we won't call you an overnight success," but we actually are. Like, I know any other artist, if you said that, we'd be like, "Oh no, I've been working for 5 years," but literally a year and a half for me in music. But Jimmy's experience has helped me a lot. Like I experience new things every day, which I've never experienced before. But Jimmy has experienced 10 times, so he's able to help me through it a lot.
I was always in the background, you see. The different artists, I was playing drums or I was behind the scenes. I was never in the front line. Like for 5 years at least I was working at, and I was comfortable doing that. I wasn't trying to work towards something. And then all of a sudden I'm kind of my face is on stuff, which is cool. I don't mind, because again, it's for us, it's the music that's most important. And that's the most fun that we have, So yeah.
I think it's the fact that your mindset wasn't on making it; it was just on just having fun, creating music. I think that's what kind of made it like so much easier for you guys.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, we put that first song up not thinking anything of it. We just I already put that song up on my Facebook page, and then we made it, said this is a great song. We put it up. I didn't care if anyone listened to it, because it was just, we didn't think anything of it. We weren't even a band. So like, put the song up, and then everybody just latched onto it. So then we were like, well, this is amazing. And now we've come a long way since then, and it's only been a year and a half. So it's crazy.
That is nuts. Now, out of the EP that's out right now, out of those 5 tracks, which was the track that maybe took the longest to create, or you guys had to like trash it and then bring it back to life?
None of the songs, none of them on that. Genuinely, they were just, I wrote every one of them songs in like 5 minutes.
God. All right, you can stop bragging now.
I went back on a couple of songs because I had some bits to figure out, but no, from what I remember of us actually recording the songs, all of them took a day except for Let's Be Young. Let's Be Young was the one song that it took me anyway a good few times to get it right, whether it was different parts or different, to try and make it sound the right way. And because Ryan wrote that song in literally 5 minutes. When I was on the way to pick him up, he came out to the studio and he just played it really quickly on the guitar. I was like, whoa, leave it with me. And I did it that night, but then I just kept revisiting it over like a couple of weeks just to make sure that I wrote all the right musical parts, but the rest of them were pretty much like just quick. I don't know. It's we don't revise stuff. If something sounds that way, we just leave it that way.
Right. Very raw.
That's why the songs are connecting to people. That's why when I say I write a song in 5 minutes, I mean it. It's not me saying I can write a song in 5 minutes. Anybody can write a song in 5 minutes, but they go back and chop and change it, and that's why it's not very pure. Our songs are so raw. Like exactly what I was thinking in my bedroom in a 5 minute period is exactly what the listener is hearing, and it's the same thoughts that they have had in 5 minutes in their bedroom. Yeah. So that's why they're really connecting to it. Like, you see them singing every word of every single song at our shows, and it's because they're feeling every word, like. Because it's real, it's raw, it's not manufactured, and it's not chopped and changed.
Now, speaking of it being raw, is that what we can expect with the debut album as well? And just your music in general, you want to keep it as raw as possible?
It will always be as raw as possible and just tangible for people, because and we as people will be as well, and as an entity, because there's a lot of bands who are just kind of untouchable. You don't know anything about them. You can't really relate to them because they're so far away from you, which is cool for some bands. It works for a lot of bands. Like the 1975 would be a band like that, who we actually love, but we're not like that at all. And we try and talk to the fans as much as we possibly can. We're on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything, talking to them. And the music is like that as well. We're like that as people, and the music is like that as well. It's very raw. Relatable. It's relatable.
It's totally relatable. Like, you hear songs on the radio now and you're like, what are you talking about? Like, you feel like I don't know, everything's like a metaphor nowadays. I feel like a plastic bag or something. You're like, how am I supposed to relate to this? But you know what I mean? Yeah, they're complete. The lyrics are so direct, relatable. When you hear them, it's like someone talking to you. Yeah.
And it's uplifting as well. It's positive, because I was sick of listening to people singing about being in pain and being hating themselves and hating their lives, and I'm just like, that's not what people of my generation want to hear.
Right.
Just want to hear, let's have a good time.
Right.
You got your heart broken, move on, let's do it. That's what our songs are about.
That's cool. I love it.
Moving forward, you guys are wrapping up this little shows that you just had. Like, what was it, like a week of shows that you guys just did? What are the plans after this? I know you guys have a few festivals going on, but any more plans for tours here in the States?
Well, not yet, but I'm pretty sure once the album comes out, we'll definitely be back touring in the States. Yeah. So it'll be this year, definitely. You know, so fingers crossed.
Do you guys have a title for that yet?
No, we don't
we
actually.
have nothing for it. Yeah, it's recorded and ready to go. And once we get home, we'll think about it. That's where we usually think about that kind of stuff. So. Yeah.
Now, for those fans that are music fans that haven't heard your music yet, what makes you guys so different from any new artists?
How raw we are. Like we were just said, it's not completely not manufactured. We're real. It's weird that we actually stand out because we're a band. In 2017, that's how it is, because everything's kind of electronic and manufactured.
We play instruments. When you listen on the recordings, we played all those instruments. There's no, we're not on laptop kind of guys. We got in a room with microphones and played everything. So I think that's very different nowadays. I don't know of any band on the radio that's doing that, except for some of the bands that have been going for years. So that's, I think, a big difference. And again, like Ryan said, our songs are raw. They're very, very relatable and uplifting, which is different, I suppose. They're uplifting big pop songs, you know. It's we want to do something different, but it's weird that that's different because it's the way it's supposed to be.